Bare Knuckle Show! Yeah!
Down goes Lorenzo. Lozano. Down number 2. The count of 10 reached by Dan Murgliota. And a massive come from behind victory for Mike Richmond. Big round. Josh Francesco Ricci. One punch, walk away, knockout win. Game, set, match. The scorecards will not matter. Left hand, nearly a double knockdown. Down goes Grigori for the second time in round number 1. And just like that, final seconds of round 3, the knockdown.
What's up? It's Brian Soscia. We are all the way live from Satellite 5. Bare Knuckle Show's back. I'm exhausted from a crazy WrestleMania weekend. We'll talk about that in a little while. You know, you don't know this. I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit. I always complain before I go on because I have problems that stuff never works for me. I can never get the printer working. You do know that if you've been watching the show for a long time. Yet again today, now my computer's on the fritz. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's the bucked up that fell on it a couple months ago. But I'm trying to get my rundown up, guys, and the computer won't work properly. I don't know how do I do it?
You didn't memorize it?
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I could do it by the slates. Just put the slates up when I'm looking for my rundown here. What do we have first today? Oh, yeah, we have Chris Lights Out Lotto stopping by. He's going to talk about BKFC coming up this weekend in Clearwater. That'll be awesome. Always like to check in with Lotto, see what's up with him. We got some stuff we want to play for him as well. I think he'll like it. And then also another guest coming in. You saw in the great graphic we had, the president of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. There he is, David Feldman. He's going to be stopping by with some announcements, perhaps, all kinds of stuff going on. And on top of that, the next thing we have coming up is go, follow along. Oh, that's right. We have, if it comes up, I don't know, BKFC Omaha. They're inking some stuff up with the main event. If we get that main event before the end of the show, you'll hear it here first. We'll have that for you coming up today as well. Other stuff we have coming up today. Oh, me. What the hell else do we have coming up on my rundown? Oh, Bobby Lashley, right? We have Bobby Lashley. I'm working on it. It's coming up. It's going to take a minute. This internet's terrible here. Oh, there we go. Oh, you're the man. I'll give it back to you in a minute. Are we on the one with the space, the Wi-Fi with the space? I forget.
I'm on the one with no space.
That's the one that works.
The Wi-Fi is having issues today. That's
great. That's really good as we head into fight
one,
week.
Go to no space between the number. That's the.
I'm going there now. Let's see what happens. Anyway, the other stuff we're going to talk about. Let's look at Brandon's rundown. Oh yeah, I ambushed Bobby Lashley during WrestleMania weekend after hearing rumors of him wanting to fight for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. The security guards escorted me out. We have some film of that, not me getting escorted out, but they weren't really happy because I annoyed him for a good 10 minutes while we signed autographs, yelling things at him. It was very loud in there. We're going to check in with that exclusive video. Other than that, I mean, we have some exclusive stuff with Heather Hardy where we talked to her at Gleason's gym ahead of her Queen of Violence fight with Christine Faria. We'll play some of that for you. Oh, here's my rundown. We'll play some of that for you as well. Right now, I'd like to bring him in here. Broken Brandon, come back in. Come back in. You are my superhero for handing me this and being. No, smile. Turn around and say hi. Ha ha! He helped me out. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. You guys, this is going to be this kind of show today. I just want to check in with you guys. You've been very successful. We haven't even updated how many days since an accident. You've broken records. You're doing so well. You're very successful. We're glad to have you as part of the team. You just saved my life there.
Make a number up.
I got to get, we got to make one up. He's up there.
52.
Let's say 52. I like that. What did you guys think of the UK show? I just wanted to weigh in about that really quick. I'm trying to get the chat up as we speak too.
It was a good show. Main event was good. All the title fights were awesome.
Oh, they were top notch.
Honestly, some of the earlier fights, I wasn't, they went too fast. I think they were pretty one-sided.
Yeah.
But
I think we all thought that.
I think that's a honest assessment, but the top 3 fights were great.
Yeah, they were. They were the top 3. We'll talk about them in a little while. Thanks for that, Evan. And I think that the other thing I'm looking at, I mean, Brandon, you said you watched it, right? Most of it. Would you agree the same thing?
Yes. You know what was crazy is the feature bout, Ellis Shepard and Gary Fox. Like, man, what a fight! Like those guys trading back and forth the whole time, coming
Dude, it was
forward,
sick.
just like, and I was very intrigued by the David Round and Danny Christie fight.
Yeah.
And that was crazy how that ended.
Dude, by the way, yeah, that was. David Round hit me up. Big fan of the show. He watches all the time. He said he wants to come on sometime. David Round, we appreciate you watching. Sorry it didn't go your way this weekend, but we appreciate you being here with us.
Another thing, I mean, what I found the most interesting was Danny Christie, retained the 185, the middleweight UK belt, and then in his post-fight interview, he said, this isn't my weight. I want to fight at 175. Which is like,
okay, that's cool.
A funny thing to say as your acceptance speech there in the ring.
And that was that fight was like, it was pretty substantial, the win he had there. So it is weird that he said that.
Which is crazy if he did that at 85. I mean, him coming down to 75 would be.
What's going to happen?
Like a Danny Christie versus Mundell. That's an interesting fight. But how does that work?
I don't know. You're matchmaking.
If Mundell comes and fights the UK champ, how does that work? Does he become the UK champion? And he has to.
We can ask Dave this when he comes on today.
Is he coming on?
Yeah, he's coming on today. He's going to stop in. So we'll ask him those questions. Let's see. People are having a great time in the chat already. Brandon's the man. They're saying they love you. They love you.
You've really made Brandon famous.
I didn't even mean to. He hates it.
Did we talk about
I didn't mention. I had to leave early last week, but
you were all like, "Where'd you go?"
When we were in Albuquerque. Brandon was doing the press conference and the show was done. I walked up to go put our shit over there, and this kid goes, "Has Brandon fucked anything?" One of the reporters. I was like, "I don't know. Everything looks good. Are any of his cases missing?" Or
Poor Brandon. Like he's one of the hardest working guys here.
Yeah.
He does great work, and now we've saddled him with that because once or twice. But
We gotta make some T-shirts.
we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about doing that at some point. I agree with you. You can make some good scratch from that. All right, let's get into the mail call. We don't have a lot of time before a lot of calls.
Time for mail call.
There you go. The Bare Knuckle Show at gmail.com if you want to send anything in, whether it's something funny you find on Instagram or something you have to offer. And we get a lot of emails. We'll go through it. If we can find it and it's good enough, we'll throw it on. And sometimes it takes a little while. We're inundated with these things. This is interesting. Matter of fact, I got this last week. Andrew from LA, he's very excited for us to come. He just got California plates that say BKFC. I can't wait to show you guys. So he's the first in California to have BKFC. And I think there's other people. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you guys know this, but I know Kevin Smith and I think maybe Russ from Bare Knuckle Fighting Extreme guys. I think they have BKFC plates. I think Kevin has BKFC. And I think Russ might have BKFC 1 because he was bitching to me. He's like, somebody already had BKFC. I think it's Kevin Smith with BKFC. So that exists in Florida. And I think in Pennsylvania, Travis the Animal Thompson has a BKFC plate. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Who's, by the way, coming up to fight this weekend. We're looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, get your BKFC plates. We should just start buying BKFC plates and reselling them. Apparently people want them. Thank you for sending that in, Andrew. We love hearing stuff like that. Let's see what else. Oh, from Instagram. This comes from the KRMS or whatever his records, records, whatever his name is. He always sends pretty good things. And he wants to know if we think this fighter has a future in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Let's see if he does.
Get close.
Oh, damn.
Is that powerful?
Yeah, that was good. All right, let's hit close.
I didn't realize. I thought it was going to be like a real fighting clip. I didn't look at that ahead of time. Does he have a future?
Yes.
He's got to take that wimpy glove off, though. Damn, man, that guy got rocked by his son. Here's one from Lamont. Lamont in Brooklyn. He said he's very excited for good reason. He's in Brooklyn for the Heather Hardy-Christine Faria fight May 11th at Mohegan. He loves her. He loves the Brooklyn connection. And then he started talking about he's been watching that he likes that we've been featuring more and more female fighters. And he loves Crazy Christina Christ. He said, Jade, you guys talk about Jade. You've had Jade up there too, but Jade's a fine baddie. That's what he wrote. But show some love to the crazy one. So we will show some love to the crazy one. Here's something from her Instagram for you. There she is, Crazy Christina Christ, getting ready, going through the pictures there, making sure her weight's good. There you go. I hope you're enjoying that, Lamont from Brooklyn. And I hope you enjoyed the Heather Hardy-Christine Faria fight as well. Lamont from Brooklyn. Oh, you guys like that. Hey, Brandon, Brandon. What'd you think of those photos? That we just were they from your personal? You always find these great photos.
They're great, seriously. I'm gonna bring on Lytle soon.
Okay.
So.
Oh, is he here? Is he waiting?
Not yet, but shortly.
All right, cool. I'm gonna get through the rest of this then before we bring him on. Here's my transition. Speaking of hot, Kai Stewart. He shared this with us. I'm gonna show it to you. I actually tried it in my eggs. It's called cracked skull pepper. That's what he's pushing now. We'll put this up here. It's good. It's pretty good stuff. And I don't like pepper usually. But that got me thinking of other stuff that Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship fighters have been involved with. And I'm sure there's a lot. You can share it in the chat. I'd love to hear what other not even weird, just sponsorships they have, but different ones, for instance, or ideas to promote. You got the crushed skull pepper. Kai Stewart. You can show that on your story there, Kai. And then we also have, I remember Christine Faria a while ago. We were just talking about her. She was like marketing a Christine Faria gun, like a piece. Like you could buy it. It was cool looking. That was a while ago. Any other things you can think about that fighters have marketed that's interesting to you? Let us know. Drop it in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. What else do we have here? So much. Oh, this is cool. Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt sent this in. Pound for pound king versus the king of violence, sparring, getting ready. You might need to drop the volume on this one. I don't know if we're going to get a copyright strike, but let's show that. King of violence versus the king of bare knuckle. Lorenzo getting ready for his world title shot, and you got king of violence there getting ready for his big fight too against Thiago Alves. This just shows you how skilled both these guys, especially look at Lorenzo. Oof. Lorenzo doing all kinds of training as always. I believe he's in Puerto Rico now training. Thank you for sending that in, Lorenzo. We appreciate it. Always like to see what you're up to. The Juggernaut, the king versus the king there. And speaking of the king, he's probably one of the kings of combat sports. Conor McGregor, you know, we have the Forged Irish Stout now, which is great. We were recently at one of his watch parties, and we also saw this. We shared this on our social media. He's promoting Roadhouse. Tell us what you think about Roadhouse in the comments. I'm an original Roadhouse guy, but I haven't even seen the new one yet. Honestly, I want to see it. But I think it's cool as he promotes Roadhouse. He's got some bare knuckle fighting championship gear on, BKFC. Awesome. Good stuff. Thank you for helping promote us. Conor McGregor. You can't get a better endorsement than that at this point. We have Chris Lights Out Lido coming on in a minute. Did he follow his time cues today? Oh, he is. I knew he would be. He's a pro. Something I'm not. Chris Lights Out Lido, how are you?
Good, brother. Good. I saw you. You were talking about the king combat sports. I thought you were talking about me, but we'll give it to Conor. Go ahead.
Hey, we still have to talk about that. We might as well bring it up now. Last time you were on, you were colliding with David Feldman, the president. He was talking trash about he was going to spar you. He actually said at the last fight to me he was going to knock you down and take you out with a body shot. Is that possible?
You don't want none of this smoke. Come on, man. Come on, Dave. I mean, I just don't want to get in trouble. You start hitting senior citizens, you never know what they're going to do to you. You might throw me in jail. I can't have that on my conscience. I can't have it.
You can't hurt the guy that's running bare knuckle. I understand. Well, he's coming in later to talk about some stuff, so I'll make sure I relay that message to him.
There we go.
So some other stuff before we get into a little look ahead. There's some stuff that I want to kind of replay for you. You probably didn't see last week. I think you were traveling, but this guy sent this in. The dean sent this in. He said that we need to not let you forget about what you said on commentary. Can we play that first, Brandon, the commentary one from last week?
Just take whatever he's giving you. He's giving you body, take it. He's giving you head, take it.
He's giving you body, take it. He's giving you head, take it. I mean, is that good advice from Chris Lido? I'm confused.
I think I said he's giving you the body, take it. He's giving you the head, take it. Now he's giving you head, take it. That's a little misquote, I think.
Oh, it's a misquote.
Giving you the body, take it, and giving you his head, take it. You know, take whatever they're going to give you is great advice, but I think he misheard what I said. Or maybe he just heard what he wanted to. I don't know.
You hear that, Dean? You heard what you wanted to. I knew Chris Lido wouldn't say that. Another thing I want to clear up here is we found this on Reddit. They were talking about you and some stuff, and we're going to try to kind of help you figure out what you were saying here. We're trying to figure it out. Let's play the clip we're talking about.
Roy versus Nick Corey.
Like I said, Sean, theme of the night. Knuckle does have me to his height advantage.
So have you ever watched King of the Hill?
Yeah, but I couldn't make a word of that out.
Well, I
tell you what, man, ain't no dang old lady about her, man. They're getting old liquored up, man. I'm coming on that paw me like a dang old animal, man. I'll tell them no means no.
Let's try and decipher that again, because I might have an idea. And we'll try to guess what you said.
I think that's not how I guess it.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Versus Nick Corey.
Like I said, Sean, theme of the night. Knuckle does have me to his height advantage.
I heard a height advantage in there somewhere. I heard something about a height advantage.
Like I said,
feel like
Sean,
it was sped up or something.
No,
I feel like that wasn't correct.
Oh, Evan's got it.
Play it one more time.
Roy versus Nick Corey.
Like I said, Sean, theme of the night. Knuckle does have me to his height advantage.
Like I said, Sean, theme of the night. McElroy does have a 3-inch height advantage.
You did pretty good.
There we go.
There you go. We did.
It's not hard to decipher.
You're the translator.
I still think they sped it up or slowed it down. They did something to it, man.
You know what is that music's loud too.
Clearly doctored.
You're kind of buried in the
loud.
music. I always say they should bring the music down when you're talking, but I don't know. I don't do that kind of stuff. That's just for my stuff. Anyway, thank you for going along with that. We wanted to address that because we saw it was big online. I love that you know Boomhauer. That's awesome. Let's talk about this Friday. Clearwater, Florida. We're going to be there. We're going to be live, bkfc.com. Get those tickets right next to Burt's Barracuda. The OCC Fieldhouse, I believe it's called. Roadhouse. I'm sorry, OCC Roadhouse. A lot of great fights, a lot of big stuff. Let's start from the bottom. And I tell you right now, off the top of my head, and I want to see what you think, pack card. Travis the Animal Thompson was on last week. He'll be back. He's a tough as nails guy. He's fighting Abby. That'll be fun. Jessica Borga, you know, the females, she's going to be there. The females will be showcased. Mike Hecker. I mean, you got everybody. You got Zach Pinnell. You got Jay Action Jackson. Love seeing him fight. That guy's great. Everybody's there. Let's start with who you think you're most excited to see.
I mean, you know, Zach Pinnell, he put on a good show his first time. He had a lot of street beef fights. So that'll be interesting to see how he progresses, how he's, moving along there. The whole card is really stacked. I was surprised when I saw it. Usually more of a prospect card isn't quite so stacked, but they just put a bunch of good fights on there. Like I said, Jay Jackson, I really liked watching him and how he's progressed. He's made bare knuckle his style. Anybody who does, I think, is better. Yeah. Travis Thompson's always in there. Abby's coming back. He took some time off. Let's see what that did for him. Is a revamp. If he started off so hot for us, had a couple tough fights. Let's see how he is now, because you never really know. I mean, he could be, disappointed for me, or he can be totally rebirth and revamp. This could be huge for him. So we're going to find that out.
But Chris, hold on, Chris. To be tested against a guy like Travis Thompson, that's a true test. That guy's tough. Like for Abby to come back against that, Abby's if he can pull it out, he's going to show that he's ready to rock again.
That's what I mean. You come back. Usually you take an easy fight, a tune-up fight, and get back into the mixed fight. Not here. Either you're going to be done or you're going to be really good. That's what this is telling me. Either he's going to be an elite fighter or he's probably not going to fight him. That's what this fight is about. And I think you were starting to talk about the co-main event. I'm sorry I cut you off, but the co-main event, to me, major rankings implications here. I mean, this is a big fight. And you got Brito, who we haven't seen in a while. I'm excited to see El Bandito, the bare knuckle Bandito, back, and Jafar Fort Knox. This is a fight I'm excited to watch. I know you were saying you were excited about it too, it seems. Yeah, Fort's been phenomenal, man. I didn't realize how good of an athlete that guy was. Just talking to him, he was like NFL quality, just defensive back, and just an athlete, So, and Elvin's been one of our best fighters for a while. Really made this sport his own. So, man, that's going to be a test between, with the pure athleticism of one combatant versus just a very good technical matchup, So I don't know what to think. Whoever wins this is putting himself in a very good position, though, because this is a tough fight. This is a very tough fight. Fort's look, amazing. Well, his first 3 trips to the squared circle, all KOs, 2 in less than 30 seconds. I don't know if that's going to happen with Brito. Brito's probably his stiffest challenge yet from what I can see. And I think that I'm trying to remember. Brito's been here since, I think it's BKFC 3 was his first one. You talk about a BKFC OG. He's been through it. So it's good to see him come back. I'm excited for that as well. And then if you move and look at the main event, you got Mike Richmond coming back, but it's not easy. It's not an easy layup for his comeback. It's Eric Lozano, and this guy, he's a tough dude. And I have the question because I've never fought professionally like you have. Mike was on the road to this bare knuckle success like we've never seen, and then he ran into Lorenzo, and that happened. And then, after they take some time off, is the time off going to help him? Is it going to hamper him? Where are you at with that? That's my thought. Man, he had to take time off. That was the big problem. Everybody felt like he came back too quick after he fought Lorenzo to fight Dave Mondell. Yep. That's a very, 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 very difficult fight. And he came in there and was looking good, landed a couple shots. I think he knocked Mondell down, but then it turned against him. People were saying, was his chin all the way there? Because he'd just been knocked out not too long before that. So a lot of time you got to get that chin rested. You got to get your equilibrium back. Everything it doesn't quite work right until you get some time off. So he took the time off. He went back to the beginning and said, okay, I gotta start redoing myself, reinventing myself. making sure this does not happen again. He's great offensively, good, accurate, hits hard, but you have to make sure the defense is there. And when you do get hit, you don't get hit clean. So that's what this is about to him. Can he get in there? Can he make that happen? Because he's going against a guy who hits a ton. Lozano, he can hit, he can crack. If he hits you, he's going to hurt you, So that's the difference right there. Can he be in the pocket with accurate hands and have good defense? If Mike Ritzman can do that, he get back on track. But if you make one mistake against Lozano, you're probably going to be looking at the canvas again.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and too, like I said, Eric Lozano is no slouch from to make that comeback. I believe he had, what was it, like a 54 seconds, I think, a knockout over, Francisco Ricci back in the day, not too long ago, back in the day. And the guy's an athlete outside of fighting, former football standout. You're talking about football earlier. So this guy is a formidable opponent for Mike Richman's comeback. I'm excited to see the Marine come back. I'm excited to see what he does. I'm excited if he can have the same trajectory as he had. There's a lot of stories to be told after this Friday's fight with Mike Richman and Eric Lozano. So I'm excited. I know you're going to be there. You're going to ride your chopper there. You're going to ride your bike. Do you have a bike? What do you have, a Suzuki, a Honda?
I do have a bike. I'm not riding it there. What do you call it? That's like a 20-hour drive or something. I don't know.
What kind of bike do you have?
I'm more of a 1-hour type of guy. I don't ride it that far.
I heard you were a 30-second type of guy, but what kind of bike do you have?
We're still talking about motorcycles, right?
Go ahead. What kind of bike do you have?
And who are you talking to? What kind of weird stuff is going on here? Is this that one guy who talked to, you talked about me? Whatever. We'll get into that.
What, seriously, what kind of bike do you have?
I have a Harley.
Oh, do you?
Soft tail.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Dude. I was only joking.
Yeah, man, I'll try and bring, are we still going to Sturgis? I'll bring it out there, maybe.
I don't know anything about that. I don't know where that is. So let's continue and see what else. Oh, Chris Lights Out Lytle. Tryouts. You've been on the road. I know Jared Warren just kind of filled in for commentary for the UK show. Yeah. Great. Jared's talented, and he can speak to the guys he's fought there. That was cool. So I always say, if we don't have you, at least we got the next best thing, and we've had that twice now. But you've been on the road for tryouts. Where are you at with tryouts? Where were you? Why weren't you at that show? Kind of talk about what you saw.
Man, great tryouts. We had some out in Portland, Oregon. That's the home of Team Quest. If anybody knows anything about MMA, there was probably about a 5-year period. They were the best gym in the world, probably. And Randy Couture out of there, Evan Tanner, Chael Sonnen. That's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many good fighters out of that area. So we were up there putting on tryouts, found a lot of good fighters. So can't wait to go back up there, put on a prospect series, put on a good fight, because Pacific Northwest, we're coming. They have a lot of good gyms up there. A lot of people love the fighting. So, I hate missing any commentary gig. I really do. I love doing that. But
I know you do.
I'm trying to build this sport up with this. I'm trying to bring in new fighters, the next generation of fighters. And I love the fact that we're getting guys who, they don't want to be MMA fighters. They don't want to be boxers. They want to be bare knuckle fighters. And that blows my mind, and it makes me so happy. And it's my job to get them to the right place, to give them the avenue. A lot of people don't know how to get there, don't know what to do. Who do I talk to? You talk to me, and if you're hungry, you want to come, you have skill, I'm going to put you on a card.
Yeah, I know you. What a guy to do it. We're glad you're out there finding the best of the best to bring to bare knuckle. So we don't like you missing either. But like I said, when you do, we know you're out there doing something that's really helping the company. We appreciate that. Before I let you get out of here, he comes in the chat sometimes. I think it was Manassas, Virginia, the guy that gave you the note, the Rivera era. Remember that kid, Nathan Rivera?
Oh, of course.
I just want to, he's in here. He's always in the chat. He said, you need to get the Rivera era back from the May 11th card. That'd be great if we could do that. But he said, tell Chris what's up. So what's up?
Man, that's one of the guys. I got a couple people I'm trying to try to tell these guys, this guy's going to be a superstar. We need to get them as many fights as possible. Nathan's definitely on that short list of people because, he has nothing but unlimited potential. I think he's doing great. He's got the attitude, the look, and he's
and marketing,
the fighting skill. That's what it's really about.
Fighting skill, but he's got the marketing. Chris, he's got the marketing too with the note. I thought that was brilliant what he did and you were talking about him. So the Rivera era, if it's not here yet, I'm sure it's coming, and we appreciate Nathan Rivera. Thank you. Thanks for coming on, bro. We appreciate you too. Always good to catch up with you. I'm going to see you in Clearwater, Florida. Maybe we'll go to Hulk Hogan's beach bar together or something. We can rip our shirts off.
Well, I mean, what is it with you guys talking about me naked and all this weird stuff? I don't know.
It's pro wrestling, bro.
On if I'm around you guys. That's all I'm saying. You guys do your thing, man. Is this what you right? Is that how you guys are bringing me in? You're trying to trick me, and all of a sudden, everybody's sitting there naked. It's not going around like
no,
that.
only Brandon's naked.
You know now, the answer is no.
Brandon's the only. Brandon's the only one's naked in the control room. That's why I won't look there. Anyway, thank you very much. Chris Lytle will be doing commentary naked alongside Sean Wheelock this Friday for BKFC Clearwater Fight Night. Make sure you tune in at bkfc.com. Get your tickets as well. Lytle, you're the man. I can't wait to see you there.
All right, buddy. See you.
Yep. See you, brother. I love Chris Lytle. Chris Lytle took a beating today, I feel like, and he was very nice about it. I mean, good. He's probably going to hit me. Now, this is where you guys are going to get me in trouble for playing this stuff. All right, we have a lot of other stuff to get to today, including David Feldman. He was in here. I saw him peeking earlier. But while we're waiting for David Feldman, let's just look at some stuff from BKFC 60. Just throw some congratulations out, some big wins. First, I want to the undefeated Argentinian, Franco Tenaglia. Congratulations to him. He remains undefeated, and he claimed the vacant BKFC lightweight European title after a tremendous fight. That fight was awesome with James Lilly. He was awarded the majority decision victory by scores 49-45, 48-46, and 47-47. Danny Christie, another guy I want to congratulate. He wasted no time in his BKFC light heavyweight UK title defense against David Round. He sent Round to the ground. I didn't mean to even say that. Potent didn't know it. That was early from the massive right hand. And Christie, he'd be declared the winner. I think it was 138, if I can remember, with Round unable to defend himself from that barrage of incoming punches. And then for the vacant BKFC featherweight UK title, Ellis Shepard defeated fan favorite Gary Fox, fighting through this bad cut on the top of his head in round one. Fox was controlling the action. Then Shepard would take control in round two and then drop the badly bleeding Fox in round three. A true bare knuckle warrior, Fox fought to the final bell. However, Shepard, he earned the unanimous decision, 49-46 from all three judges. Congratulations to those warriors and everybody on the card. We appreciate what you do fighting for us. And then we're going to get to some, we'll have to hold. We have to hold. Some fighter predictions for Clearwater coming up and some other good stuff, some announcements. But right here and now, he's in the studio. I'm rising. We have to rise. For one, President David Feldman. Major announcements.
Speaking of rising.
I can't understand why the guys in the control room never rise for you. Oh, there they go. They did the salute too. How are you, Prez?
What's going on? What's going on?
Nothing much. Yo! Thanks for coming on, man. All kinds of stuff as always to get to with you, man. Every time you're in here, we have all stuff to talk about. First, this announcement.
If we don't have stuff to talk about, then we're fucked.
Yeah, because we just sit here like this. Here's what it look like. Compelling. First, I'm going to start with the major announcement. Now, we talked about this. You don't even know this is coming, I don't think. We talked about it off the air. We are officially entering the race for the president and the vice president of the United States of America. That's what the graphic's all about. You can see David with the eagle there. We're all Americans.
I'm so glad that graphic got changed so I didn't get divorced.
Oh, you saw the original?
Yeah.
I said too. There it is. We are throwing our hats in the race. Vote Feldman Soscia 2024. What's our platform going to be? I don't even know. What do we going to talk about? What's our goals?
Why don't we really discuss that and come on with our platform? Because I do think that we should throw our hat in, and I do think that we should run, because we can't be much worse than the people that are running.
Ooh, you're going to get us probably knocked down on YouTube now. You know that. Now they're going to, from saying that.
Well, listen, I mean, it is what it is. You know that I'm.
I love you, Dave.
I would love to make America great again.
Hey, in the comments section, let us know wherever you're watching. I know Rumble love us. They're very political. Would you vote for a Feldman Soscia ticket in 2024? Because we're going to do it.
Why not?
We're going to do it. And we're going to rule the whole. We're going to make bare knuckle the official American pastime.
Here's the thing, though.
What?
Forget all political views and everything. We find ways to make it work.
We do. We really.
So that's what you want. Don't you want someone leading you? Be the type of leader that you would follow, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Be the leader that makes shit happen.
That's our platform. That could be
make shit happen.
We make shit happen.
We make shit
happen.
Boom.
We're gonna be, dude. We're gonna win this thing.
Well, you know what my nickname is, right? Really, from back in the day.
I know
they
when
used to call me X-Lax because I made shit happen.
You're so stupid. That's such a dumb joke, but I love it. You'll get more of them if you vote Soscia Feldman in 2024.
Make shit happen.
Absolutely not. This got my vote. Kai Stewart says we have his vote.
There you go.
Anyway, let's see. BKFC UK, we were just talking about that when you walked in, Prez. What were your thoughts on that? Evan and I talked about it. I mean,
I thought that, it's getting better. We have a great partner over there in Mark. Andrew's making some matches over there, and also one of our partners. I think that the experienced guys, the guys that have been around and been fighting, are fighting fucking amazing. I think it's the new guys that we're trying don't really know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
And I thought the show, transparently, I thought the first half of the show was complete shit, and the second half of the show saved the whole entire show.
I love
it
your
was
honesty.
actually amazing, but it was shit, and I said it was shit. And I don't want to give the fans shit, and that's the whole thing. Like, although we do make shit happen, I don't want to give the
Not
fans
that kind of shit.
I don't want. I mean, we're not in this to give a shit product. And I thought the second half of the show, I thought the last 3 fights were fucking amazing. I thought a few fights before that were really good, and I thought that the first half of the show, it was guys that really didn't know what they were getting in for. They got tapped, and they took a knee. They got knocked out. They didn't get up.
That's always rough.
Yeah.
Lucky you weren't
Absolutely.
ringside. You would have let them know. I've watched you before. Let them know. You lose your mind. There's a great comment. I agree with this. Andrew Toppin in the comment section said that punch Lily took and got up. What a warrior!
Unbelievable. So he actually, which, if you know James Lilly, he's probably one of the nicest guys
awesome.
that fights for BKFC. And he sent me a message like 2 hours after the fight apologizing for his performance. And I was like, what? I said, you got nothing to apologize for, man. You came, you fought your ass up. You got up where a lot of people could have quit, no problem, and never got up, and nobody would have said anything. And you got up, and you'll be back with us. And he said, listen, I know my contract's expired, and I would love to finish my career with you. I said, 100%, man, we're going to re-sign you, man. The guy's got nothing but balls. He's got nothing but
Class,
talent.
too.
And he just happened to run into somebody that wanted it a little bit more that night.
Yeah, I mean,
And what happened off of that is having other conversations, not with Franco Tenaglia, but with other people in Spain. We're actually shooting for a late July, early August show in Spain right now.
there you go. So that happened off the fight.
No, but it was coincidentally because I had a call scheduled for yesterday with these guys, and I said, hey, coincidentally, we now got a star in Spain, and I did talk to Franco Tenaglia, and he told me that he thinks he could sell in an arena there.
Wow, that'll be
That's
great.
unbelievable.
That'll
yeah.
be great. 'Cause
So we
they
are
love fighting
100% going there. It's a vacation place in Spain. I forget the name, and I don't want to say it wrong.
Yeah.
But we're actually going to do it in a bull ring. It's going to be
Dude, that'll be awesome.
It's going to be amazing. I don't have my.
That'll
throw
be
me
awesome.
my phone.
Don't throw.
Let me see
You're
if
not
I can
really
find
gonna throw it.
No, I want to see if I can
Can
find
you catch it? Oh, good catch by the Prez. So he's going to find that. So that's cool because they love fighting there. More expansion. I didn't even know that was going to come out today. That's great. And wow. Okay. What are we going to look at what it looks like? What are you pulling up there?
I'm trying to get the bull ring if I can find it.
So in a bull ring, you're telling like a matador, like they go in there and they fight in like the Coliseum kind of look with the open air.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Wow.
bull ring.
Wow.
They kill bulls in there. So I was like to the guy, I was like, is it definitely going to be legal? He said they kill fucking bulls in there.
If they do, they just.
He was like, of course, I can't find it. But
that's all right.
But we'll show it next week. But it's going to be in a bull ring. It's going to be, it's 5,500 seats. It's going to be an amazing event. Obviously, Franco Tenaglia. We also have another girl going that wants to fight over there from Spain. Actually, we got a whole slew of guys that want to fight from Spain. I think it's going to be, maybe like Spain versus the world or something.
Spain
like
versus the world. That's actually a good tagline. They would love that there. Let's talk about here and now, though. As exciting as that is, Clearwater. It's coming up this Friday. Mike the Marine Richmond make his return. Travis the Animal Thompson's on the card too.
Yep.
I know you like to talk about him sometimes. And just the card as a whole, it's going to be a great card. It's going to be a fun night. It's going to be crazy as always. What are your thoughts going to Clearwater? As far as the card and just what you think the atmosphere is going to be like?
We're trying these new things like doing outdoor shows, doing smaller, like boutique shows, and that's kind of what this one is. It's a smaller show. We did it with a Burt's, Barracuda Burt's down there, Harley Davidson dealership. They have this big pavilion down there with the OC choppers, right? Yeah. And we're gonna do it under the pavilion. We're also gonna do it out into the parking lot. It's gonna be an awesome event. Look, the return of Mike Richmond.
That's awesome.
This is a very, very pivotal matchup for him because really, if he loses again, it's over. It's 100% over for him. And if he wins and looks good, it's redemption. And everything that he said, the real reason why he wasn't able to perform his last fight, he was working too hard. He wasn't really training. And we're going to see if all that stuff is, really comes to fruition on Friday night.
Now, I asked Chris Lytle, same thing I'm going to ask you, being a guy that's been the king of bare knuckle, essentially.
Yep.
You're the Caesar of bare knuckle. And then also being a former professional boxer. A layoff like this, I don't know. I've never fought professionally. Is it going to hurt, hamper? We're going to see that. We're going to figure that out. But, is a layoff good to kind of get your injuries back? Is it?
I mean, even more than that, it's
mentally?
It's like this. Look, the first thing to go in a fighter is their ability to take a punch.
Yep.
And their last thing to go is their ability to punch, like their power. Like that's the last thing to go. Now, he got hit by Lorenzo Hunt and got knocked out. That doesn't mean that he couldn't take a punch.
Of course.
And then he got hit by Dave Mundell and ended up getting knocked out or stopped. Doesn't mean that he lost his ability to take a punch. Two guys that can bang.
Yeah, they're
so that's why the question mark is there. We're going to see is the Marine, is the Mike Richmond that we all saw before, came to really be a fan of, is that the Mike Richmond that's going to be here on Friday night? If it is, I think, he's going to make another run. I don't think the layoff will have much of an effect on him. If he did get deteriorated and his chin is gone, which I don't think is the case, but if that is, then it doesn't matter how long or short the layoff is, right? It just wouldn't matter. I don't think that's the case. I think the case is that he got hit by a guy that was much bigger than him and got knocked out by Lorenzo Hunt, and then he got beat by Dave Mundell, who is a tremendous fighter. Probably one of our best fighters is Dave Mundell, but also a Mike Richmond that wasn't able to really train 100% and took it a little lightly. So we're going to see. Is Mike Richmond back?
What a story. I mean, I know the fans are super excited for him to come back, so we'll see what happens.
Yep.
I do know that the co-main event's great, too. I mean, you got the guy, BKFC 3, I think was his first one, Elvin the Bare Knuckle Bandito Burrito versus Jafar Fort Knox. This is an exciting fight. There's so much excitement on there, man. I just
Same thing, man. Same thing. We're going to see. Look, does Elvin Brito still belong in BKFC? I think he does, and that's why he's back. But does he still belong? We're going to know. He's fighting an undefeated Jafar Fort, who hasn't fought the toughest competition yet. So, he's not like a 3-0 versus 3 beasts. He's a 3-0 that came in and beat the people that were put in front of him. So we're going to see.
Yes, we are. Everyone in the chat's going wild. There's fighters in here trying to get on shows, asking you. It's Andrew Toppin saying that he wants to, you got to come to Puerto Rico. He wants to get on. There's Slick Rick Caruso. He said, me too, Toppin, me too. They're all asking for fights. This is the place to be in combat sports, especially the bare knuckle.
Yeah, it's funny, because we just had a meeting earlier about how do we do more shows and how do we do them that they're a little less expensive for us, so we had the ability to do more shows, and we came up with a pretty good plan, because I know some of these guys don't fight as much as they want to. We would love them to, but we're also building a sport and we can't. We're finding out a way now to be able to do that. So I think we're in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we should have an announcement on that.
That'll be great. So let's just bridge right over it. I was going to ask you flat out, state of the company. The president, State of the Union. What's the state of the company right now? And we're going to get to your Abu Dhabi trip and everything like that. But what is the actual state of the company as far as, let's say the events coming up? How far out are we booked that we haven't announced yet?
Look,
how are we doing?
My stepdaughter Selena said to me, she goes, listen, I talked to my friends, parents that own a business, and they said this. They said, it's so funny because we don't know if we're going to come home and we're going on a luxurious vacation, or we're going to come home and we don't have any food to eat.
That's how it goes.
Right? And that's what it is, building this business. To be very honest with you, it's a big time roller coaster, but we're on a big uphill ride right now, and we're doing really, really great. A lot of big sponsors are coming in, a lot of network deals that we're talking to. A lot of things are about to come to fruition. I did post that I'm going to have a major announcement on April 25th. I got a major announcement coming then. It's going to be just, honestly, so many things that are going to change this game in the next couple of weeks.
You had the best line, and that's exciting, but that's why I laughed. You had the best line at the press conference when the guy asked you. You said there's a major announcement April 25th. Can you talk about the major announcement April 25th? What did you say?
No,
Is that what he said?
He said you have a surprise
Is that what he
announcement
said?
on April 25th. Can you talk about that? I said, wouldn't that ruin the surprise? But he was a good dude.
He's great dude.
He was a good dude.
He knows. He's great dude. He watches all the time. So the state of the company is doing really well. Has there ever been a time, and I think you spoke on this before, in this company where you're like, for lack of a better term, oh shit, like what am I going to do? Was it like back in a couple years back where you were worried?
Couple years back.
Oh no, really more recently. But what is that like going through that?
Always,
dude?
Man. It's tough, man. You got a thick skin for this. This is not a game for the lighthearted, man. It's not. I mean, I know these fighters are the baddest motherfuckers that we have out there, but it takes someone to lead this company, in this direction that has some thick skin, because this is not fucking easy, man.
I know.
There's days, there are weeks that we think we're not going to make it to next week, and there's weeks that we think, shit, we're about to take over the world.
It's crazy.
But a lot of great things have happened in the past couple of weeks and are happening in the next couple of weeks, and I think that just puts us in a phenomenal place and a great position in combat sports.
So we're all headed forward.
We never came into this we consistently raised money. Like we raised 500,000 here or $1 million here. We never got someone to come in and say, here's 50 million, here's 100 million. Go execute that plan. Go execute that roadmap. Get us to where you say you can get us. It's speed bumps, it's twists, it's turns, it's dead ends. It happens all the time. It's not easy at all. Like, honestly, if I could do it all over again, would I do it? I don't know if I would, because it really took a toll on my life, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy, but to see where we are now, you know, I would have to say, yeah, I just think it's amazing. We have so many great announcements coming up, man. Like, if this one deal that I'm working on gets done, it completely changes everything.
I'm going to ask you flat out then, because you're leading me to it. I feel like I have to ask this. I know I saw it online. I saw you and Shookster. Nate Shook went to, I think it was Abu Dhabi, and you had some meetings. Yeah. Is this what you're referring to? And tell me about those meetings.
That's not what I'm referring to.
Whoa, another one.
No, that's one of the major announcements I'm referring to. Absolutely. It was unbelievable. We were very well received there. They love what we're doing. You know, we had a chance to really talk to each other and really get into some things that we want to do and some plans. And, you know, like, I went during Ramadan. It was a very holy time there, yeah. and I had to show all the respect in the world to their religion and what they were doing. But the guy looked me in the eye, man, and he goes, "Yo," he goes, "We got a deal." Shook my hand and said, "We got a deal."
Now, is that the guy you're referring to up there?
Yeah, Faoud Darwish, awesome guy, man. He's built this company into, I think it's a $5 billion valuation, Palm Sports over there. Like, wow, he's built something huge. Special. He has he's the largest jiu-jitsu I guess training facilities all over the world. They teach more people jiu-jitsu than anyone else in the world. Just really, what I liked about all these people is their ethics, man. It was just like, if they say they're going to do something, they do it.
Yeah.
And it's over. They do, and they're nice, and they're kind. I was in Abu Dhabi, and everybody was so nice to me. But when I went to Dubai, it was like the nicest place I've ever seen in my world. Ever. I mean, you can eat off the street, literally.
Nate was saying it's beautiful.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, the architecture there, the buildings there, it's got the third most high rises of anywhere else in the world, wow, Abu Dhabi. Man. I learned that in Dubai. I learned that in Dubai. He built like 60 high rises to King.
Yeah.
And they weren't renting them out. They weren't able to rent them out or sell them. And his major advisor comes in and said, they want to live waterfront living. He knocked all the buildings down, built a man-made canal, and then rebuilt all the buildings, all the high-rises. It's crazy, like billions and billions of dollars. But he said he wanted it his way. It's unbelievable. Let me tell you one more thing about Dubai. It's the only country in the world that has a minister of happiness. Like, that's unbelievable.
A minister of happiness.
A minister of happiness.
Did you meet the minister of happiness?
No, but I met like top guys.
Minister of happiness.
Top guys there. I met the guy that's associated with the richest family in the entire world.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
It's unbelievable.
That looks fake.
That canal right there, that's the canal that they man-made. They man-made that because there were buildings all throughout there. They knocked them all down and rebuilt them on the water. It's unbelievable.
Wow, man. Good for you. And I'm glad that they were receiving you so well. The other question, I don't negotiate like you do, but I'd think just in my mind, business-wise, if people see you negotiating with someone like this about bringing it there or whatever the situation you're negotiating, you become more like the better-looking girl at the dance. Now more people are going to start coming to you. Is that how it works with? I feel like it would.
Probably, yeah. I mean, look, we definitely got reached out to a lot. We have another one. As soon as Knuckle Mania is over, I'm going to Japan the next day. We're doing something with Ryzen on that Monday event that we're going to announce. Probably next week. We're doing something with them on April 29th. And then I'm going to go from there. I'm going to go to Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, and Dubai. And then on the way back, I'm going to go to Ireland.
Wow.
And then from Ireland, I'm coming home. And I'm going to come home with some really big plans for BKFC.
What's going on in Ireland?
Just, trying to cement this amazing deal, do an event in Ireland, and we're trying to cement an amazing deal there, and I think we're going to get that thing done and announced by Knuckle Mania. It's just been, it's really, like some of the people I'm talking to and the people I'm doing business with now, it's unbelievable because I was like, man, we started in a fucking ice skating rink,
right?
Like literally begging for enough money to be able to do the event, 4 full-time employees for the first 2.5 years, 4.
Yep.
And now we built this thing to really one of the biggest combat sport promotions in the world with 10% of the employees that any other company has, man. It's because you guys work your ass off and you care about this thing, and I appreciate it very, very much, man. And there's no telling where we're going to end up.
I agree. And I know you always say this, but I'm going to piggyback that statement. We do. We work our asses off, all of us, because we love what we do. But as you know, and you've told me many times, it's not just about us or you. It's about these loyal, rabid fans that come watch the show, that comment, that come watch the Bare Knuckle show, that make fun of Brandon at shows because they think he's going to break something. These loyal fans.
Because they care.
Yeah, it's great.
Right?
It's passion.
Because they cast their opinions. They tell us we suck when we suck. They tell us the app sucks when it sucks. They said this fight sucked. They tell us how great this event was. I mean, they're real fans. They're hardcore real fans, and they deserve hardworking employees, and they deserve for us to give them their best. And you know, if we keep growing that rapid fan base and we keep working our asses off, we're going to be the biggest thing in the world.
I agree with you. And look, you're very honest, as we can see in these interviews, and I know they're saying that's what they love about you, like about the UK show. You're not going to act like it was the best thing ever if it wasn't. And no, we appreciate that. But I also think that your honesty in, their honesty, I should say, in getting back to us about what's great, what's not, what sucks. They got to remember, we're from Philly area. We have pretty thick skin. We know rabid fan bases. So we love you and we appreciate you.
100%. Man.
Anything else you want to get to, like Knuckle Mania? Let's talk about that real quick before I let you go.
Yeah, Knuckle Mania is going to be an unbelievable event. The guest list I keep getting from everybody that the guests that are coming, it's going to be very, very star-studded. It's going to be an unbelievable event. Obviously, you know the card, so I don't have to go over the card. It's going to be just amazing fights from the beginning to the end. The crowd's going to be amazing. The pre-fight, the press conference. We also have, so there's a book coming out called Bare Knuckle.
Yeah.
Shit, it was
you
in
don't
my
have
car.
it? I saw it.
I didn't bring it, but
it's
it's
okay.
called Bare Knuckle. It's about Bobby Gunn, who was one of the guys that started doing bare knuckle boxing back in the day, and then I got involved with him, and then how we took BKFC from an underground sport. There's a lot of stories in there about the underground fights and how we developed it into BKFC. So we have that book release coming. We're hoping, fingers crossed, there's a movie announcement that week as well. And we'll be doing a slew of different shows out there in LA.
That's the book. That is the book.
Yep.
Is it for sale already? Jeez.
The release is April 23rd.
Okay.
The release date.
I was paging through the hard copy you showed me at the event, and there's some great stuff in that book. Can I say what my favorite chapter is? I'm going to say it. You're not saying it. Look. The best chapter, I forget the number, is the Napoleon of Pennsylvania. And if you're a boxing fan or a sports fan in Pennsylvania, you know who the Napoleon of Pennsylvania is because he's about, I don't know, yay high, and he's got a big mouth. Dave's not saying this, I am. But that's a great chapter. There's a lot of great stuff in that
there's
book.
Another chapter in there that really, not something that I'm bragging about, but something that, that happened in my life that I think that shows the kind of person that I am. It's called, I forget what chapter it is, but it's called A Gun, a Pair of Pliers, and a Heart Full of Hurt. I mean, a lifetime of hurt, right?
I'm kind of nervous now.
Yeah, you got to read it.
I didn't read that chapter.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's really, truly a great book, man. It's really a great book, I encourage everybody to read it. I'm actually I'm giving out 1,000 books at Knuckle Mania to the first 1,000 people that come, and I'm going to do a book signing. Me, Bobby Gunn, and the author of the book are going to be signing the book.
The Sharpies will be rolling. That's awesome. We appreciate it, man. And that'll be great. So Knuckle Mania, get your tickets. There's still a couple left. BKFC.com. Act now. Hottest ticket in LA. Star-studded. You want to be a part of our debut. Great card. David Feldman. You can go read whatever chapter you want of your book, maybe negotiate some big money deals, take us to the next level, but we appreciate your time today.
Thanks, Brian.
You're welcome, Dave. Thank you, bud.
Thanks, right, guys. Appreciate you guys.
President, I just buddied the president. That's not good. Evan hates when I do that.
Hey, buddy.
Buddy, pal, no disrespect. Little guy. Your paycheck. Say it again. I didn't hear you.
I'm going to buddy your paycheck.
Oh, I didn't know that's what you said. Get the mic away from him. You can walk through. It's fine. Maybe give us a bicep flex or something. Put him on mic real quick before he leaves. Chris Lytle was on.
There.
Go in there. Chris Lytle was on. Chris Lytle was saying all kinds of things about the sparring match we've talked about. There's no shot you're going to knock him down with a body blow. He was just going off about he doesn't want to hurt you. He doesn't want to do that to the company. So what's your response to that?
Listen, Chris Lytle is really and was a bad motherfucker. But he's never seen shit like this before.
That's enough said. All right. Thank you, President David Feldman, who, again, we'll be on the ticket together. We'll announce more about that. We are running for President and Vice President of the United States of America. If you vote for us, as he said, our platform, we will make shit happen. And I just drink coffee to make shit happen. It's really easy to do. That's what I would do. But we're going to make shit happen. Evan, ready with the sound effect. That was great. All right, let's get back. We're running late here because the president stopped.
What sound effect? What are you talking about?
Too much coffee in there. So let's kind of get back to what we were talking about. That was very informative by President David Feldman. We still have hopefully a main event announcement. He didn't tell us, so I guess it's not inked yet. Maybe he's going to work on that. Let's look at the fighter predictions for Fight Night Clearwater this Friday. I'd like to check and see what the fighters are going to say, what's going to happen in the main event. First up, the big boy, Blake Lacaze. He's saying that he sees this as a firework fight. He said he's going to see it either way depending on the tempo, the set, and calibration of punches thrown. He likes Richmond, but you can never count Lorenzo out of any fight. It's a bloodbath in the making. Thank you for Blake Lacaze. Next, we go to Royal Ryan Reber. Checking it with him, he said that he's going to have to roll with Mike the Marine on this one because I feel like the only reason he came out of retirement is because he can't go out on a loss. So I expect him to bounce back. Another guy we talked to, and this guy, a warrior, Noah Cutter. You've seen his fights. Lorenzo's a good test for anyone going up in weight. He's incredibly durable and powerful. No official prediction, but it's good to test. It's a good test for Richmond coming back and probably a lot closer fight than people are going to think. I agree with that. This isn't going to be a walkthrough for Richmond if you're thinking that. Jared Captain Deadpool Warren, we recently heard him on commentary, one of our top fighters in the organization. He says he gives Lozano. He gives Lozano a puncher's chance, but he's going with the Marine on this one. I don't think he'd attempt a comeback fight unless he's 1,000% ready. That's a great way of looking at it, especially with a guy like the Marine. We have all the predictions up. There's still some more fighters that'll tell you more predictions. Just go to bkfc.com or hit it on your app. You can check that out. It's definitely worth a good read. Moving on from that, May 11th, Mohegan Sun, Connecticut. The Queen of Violence. Get your tickets, bkfc.com. I'm talking about the Misfit versus the Heat. I'm talking about Christine Faria versus Heather Hardy. We had a chance to talk to Heather Hardy. We're going to show you what she said in a minute. But first, we kind of looked at it last week. I want to look at it this week, too. We've been keeping up with Christine Faria's training for the Queen of Violence May 11th in Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. And this is what we're seeing. We kind of pushed all our Instagrams together. Let's watch.
Dig, get those knees up.
Dude, that's not easy. Especially, she's probably going for a while.
Seconds.
Dig.
Slow down.
Evan, we should have you do that for the whole show. Think you could do it?
Yeah.
I think he could.
That's the way.
Oh, he's showing his legs off. Look at this. Faria's ready. I mean, we saw her last week. She's running mountains in the snow. She is zoned in. She calls it champion behavior. May 11th, Mohegan Sun. Now, from that, I want to take you to Heather Hardy, the Heat. I had a chance to catch up with her, and we got a couple sound clips exclusive. These haven't been released yet. It's going to be part of our spotlight piece that we're going to put together for May 11th at Mohegan Sun. The first clip, Heather Hardy, it's some of her thoughts on boxing, bare knuckle, kind of why she's here.
I mean, I've never fought in bare knuckle boxing. I can only go by what I see from the media, you know? And I would think the biggest difference is, you know, boxing is a gentleman's sport. You come into a boxing gym and you're not taught to beat anybody up. You're taught the beautiful sport of boxing, movement, defense, offense, and how to make it a game, a chess game between two fighters. And, you know, you go into MMA gyms and it's simple. We're locking you in a cage with somebody. You got to make them stop breathing. The ethics behind the sport to the old heads are different. But I didn't walk into a boxing gym to try to find the beauty of the sport. I figured out I'm good at fucking people up, you know? So this just seemed like, all right, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. I feel like that makes me more of a fan of her, more excited about the fight. The other thing we talked to her about was how she feels about the Misfit.
Like maybe 10 years ago, I would have felt some type of way like, oh my God, that girl looked like she wanted to kill me. She's running mountains, like what the, you know, but I done fought lots of girls who ran mountains and, you know, flipped tires and got lots of tattoos and be like mad scary, but you can't fuck with me. You can't fuck with me. I'm still gonna get up, do my business. Feel me?
She's game, man. She's ready to go. I can't wait to see what she does in bare knuckle. Again, we're going to release that more when we do a spotlight piece. It'll be on the app, BKFC.com. If you still haven't gotten that app, what are you doing? Come on, get in. Now, the other thing is this past week was a big deal in the Philadelphia area in the pro wrestling community. It was WrestleMania week, and some of the greatest, Evan doesn't like wrestling, some of the greatest Gates records were set. I believe every record was broken here in Philadelphia. That's where we're from. So I've been to these things before, and I had the opportunity to go around, and I'm never asking real media questions because they won't talk to you if you don't have a pass. I wasn't able to get a pass because I work here. They're kind of with the UFC, you know the deal. So I just went and got my camera. It was very loud. It was very loud. Bobby Lashley was doing an autograph signing. And what you're not going to see here is I was yelling from different sides of the stage as he was doing this for probably 10 minutes. He wasn't acknowledging me. No. That was a wrestling fan reference. I'm sorry.
I don't know that.
I know you don't. Wrestling acknowledgement. It's a Roman Reigns thing. Anyway.
Shall we play?
Yeah, hold on. I got to point to something here. He wasn't acknowledging me. And I kept doing it, and I was just screaming. It was loud in there. So some of the stuff he said is buried at the end. I'm trying to figure out what he said. Maybe we can get your help. And also, the other thing to pay attention to is the WWE bald guy, the security guard in the back, who finally comes over. He's asked me to leave like twice, and he finally starts walking over as soon as he sees Bobby start talking to me. So watch this. It's a lot to unpack. Here it is.
Bobby, when you gonna fight bare knuckle fighting? Come on, man, it'll be awesome. Do it.
Give me a opponent.
We want you to opponent. We want it, Bobby. We want it. What do you want?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. I love it.
I love it, Bobby. See, the reason I was he wasn't answering me, so I thought, let me just annoy him. So then he'll at least get some content.
Let's play it back.
I spoke over what he said at the end. What's that last thing he says? See if we can hear it.
We want it, Bobby. We want it. What do you want?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. I love it, Bobby.
Go one more time.
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. I love it, Bobby.
I got somebody.
Got somebody in mind, maybe?
I got somebody, but I never heard it, I think is what he said.
Okay, good. Maybe. Well, then we got to get on Bobby Lashley. Would you want to see Bobby Lashley fight Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship? We've seen him in other fighting. We've seen him in WWE. Would he be a good fit here? Would you watch? Let us know in the chat. But yeah, Bobby Lashley. I just kept, and then after that, that guy who walked over literally took my phone and he's like, "You need to erase that." I wish I would have kept it on. I was like fighting him for my phone, and then I was escorted out of WWE The World to come back another day. All for you, trying to get content. What are you going to say? Next time I'll leave the camera on for that. So that'll be good to see, Bobby Lashley. Somebody in the chat here, Billboard Nerd, saying that why does Hardy sound like the girl from A League of Their Own? That's good reference if you've never seen that movie. She kind of does. Let's see what else we have to get to here. Evan, you want to see Bobby Lashley fight?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I think I bring a lot of eyeballs to the product. I really, really do.
The price is right.
That's basically that's what he's saying. I knew he wanted this price. I guess we're there. We just need to figure out if it's going to happen. Lashley versus Hager. Let's go. That's Jack Swagger for you wrestling fans. Lashley versus Rothwell, they're saying in the chat. There you go. I would like to see any of them. All right. Next I want to get to, we have, I think, one tryout scheduled now that we're going to talk about. Make sure you get there for it. You can go to bkfc.com/tryouts. You want to get in with the tryout, of course, it's Saturday, April 13th, just 3 days before my birthday. That's coming up is that right? Saturday, April 13th, because the 12th is in. Okay. Saturday, April 13th, South Carolina. Make sure you get there. BKFC.com, Black Force MMA, BKFC.com/tryouts, I should say, if you're listening, not watching. I tell you every week, I'm not going to get deep into it, but we really find some of our greatest talent from tryouts. So we hope to see you there. And to meet Chris Lytle and learn from him, you can't trade that for anything. Also, I want to talk about some upcoming shows as we head on the road to Knuckle Mania. We have a lot of stuff coming up before and after. Let's go through those. Yeah, okay. I'm hearing this in my ear. All right, we'll get to that in a minute. April 12th, BKFC Fight Night Clearwater. That's this. Wait. Am I saying Friday the whole show? I'm so confused.
What?
What was the tryout we just put up there? Am I losing my mind?
The tryout is April 13th.
So that's the next day.
It's a Saturday. This show's on a Friday.
I'm losing
next day is
Bro, I was at Monday Night Raw last night. I didn't sleep. All right. Thank you, Evan. Anyway, April 12th, Richmond versus Lozano. We've been talking about that. That's going to be great in Clearwater. Looking forward to that. Now you look, as we head up to Knuckle Mania 4, we have the press conference. Of course, that's April 25th. That's always fireworks. Then weigh-ins. That's fireworks with M80s attached a lot of times, especially with some of the guys we have fighting at Knuckle Mania 4 in LA. That goes down, if you're listening, not watching, Friday, April 25th. And then the main event, Knuckle Mania 4, is going to be a great night. That goes down April 27th. Get involved for that, man. You really should. What else do we have coming? Okay. Hardy versus Faria, May 11th. We just kind of built that fight, looked at it. I'm very excited for the Queen of Violence. I know you are too. There's a few tickets still available from that, from what I'm being told. BKFC.com. Grab those tickets. Get ready. Mohegan Sun, man, we're taking over. That's going to be a fun fight. Now after saw Heather too, it's going to be even better. May 17th, BKFC Fight Night. We're coming back to Omaha. It's been a while, Omaha. We're excited to be there. BKFC.com, you know, I say it for tickets. And they said it in my ear a second ago, so we might as well bring it up. We do a drum roll. I thought we had the breaking news. I'll do a drum roll. I like the drum roll. All right, the main event, BKFC Omaha Fight Night is right there. Trinidad Snake versus Dustin Pegg. Where's the big... Well, there we go. Breaking news. A welterweight bout for Carlos Trinidad Snake versus Dustin Pegg. Excited for that main event. That's going to be awesome. We're going to keep announcing more of the card. Just keep posted at BKFC.com. Of course, again, that's where you get your tickets, where you grab the app. Look on the app. We'll keep all the news, and we'll let you know in here as well. We're excited. That's going to be a good fight, huh, guys?
Yeah.
Evan's ready to go.
So I have to alert the rest of the company that it's been announced.
Oh,
so tickets are available to be bought.
Oh yeah, well, are they available yet? I'm announcing they are. They should.
They are.
All right.
Tickets are on sale. BKFC.com.
The power that Evan has, he just hit a button and literally just put that out to the world after we said it. That's the man. That's the Lord himself, Evan Zentar in there. All right, guys. Did I miss anything on the rundown today? I don't believe I did. This is 2 weeks in a row. I'm doing my job. Evan's checking it. Evan's going to find it.
The first time I've looked at the rundown.
We have a couple shows after the May 17th, if you just want to run through them.
Can I tell you something, Brandon? Can I tell you something real quick? You are the most polite guy that gets abused. Thank you for keeping us on track. Because if you didn't, with my lack of sleep last night, maybe a couple libations too, I don't even know where I'd be. Here we go. What's that? I can't announce the date. I don't understand that. 25th de Mayo.
Dia de 25
de
Mayo.
There you go. 25th de Mayo.
May 25th.
May 25th. You know, we should get that guy.
Mexico.
We should get the guy who was translating Spanish on our last fight to translate for us, so it makes sense. You guys loved him. You guys love that guy. So hopefully we can get him back. He was the best Spanish translator ever. So that's another show we have coming up. BKFC.com. Gator Wrestling is going to be in Omaha. We're looking forward to seeing him there. Everyone's having fun in the chat. We appreciate you guys. I tell you all the time before we get out of here, make sure wherever you're watching this, you spread the word like the virus that we are. We're not going away. We're going to have all exclusives for you. We're going to have the president on like no other. Just make sure you keep spreading the word, because the bigger the show gets, the bigger budget we get. That doesn't mean a paycheck for us. That means the show gets better.
Go like the video too. Make sure you like it.
Like the video wherever you're watching. Smash it right now. Boom, 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 boom. Smash it like you're smashing the hot... Well, I shouldn't say that. Smash it. Boom, 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 boom. Hit the stars. I can see. Hit the stars. We want to see the stars get hit. Last time I hit my head for every time. I'm not going to do that. Maybe I'll do that next week for every star. Not star. Heart. But make sure you spread the word. Make sure you comment, too. We want to hear from you. We read all the comments. Even if it's not live during the show, I go back and read them. And maybe we'll spotlight you next week. Again, if you have anything to send in, thebareknuckleshow@gmail.com. But the most important part is if you're watching this video, make sure you like it. And before we get out, I have a question for you guys. I always notice when these videos go up on YouTube, when they're not live, there's like a 5-minute dun-dun-dun-dun-dun with the picture up there. Is there a way to eliminate that? Because I see some people have been commenting saying like the time it starts, which is very helpful. But can we chop that off, or how do we do that?
Yeah, we can.
All right, good. We're going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out.
You do it in the YouTube back end. You can trim it.
The back end. All right, well, then we'll keep Brandon in the back end. He's good at that kind of stuff. All right, so listen, we're going to... I didn't mean to say that. We're going to get out of here. Thank you so much. Translating Spanish for someone who speaks Spanish. Love it. I don't even understand what that means. That's Little Ben. Hi, Little Ben. Little Ben and I had a great conversation the other day. All right, I'm going to go drink some Forged Irish Stout. You boys want to join me?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go get hammered. And then we're going to get better off. We'll take grunt style off. Look at all these people. I love them. But I want to talk about bucked up, because we're going to get bucked up and get our energy for the workday. Woo! Hey, it's fight week, man. Can't wait to see you, Clearwater. The return of Mike Richmond. Let's go. Yeah! What the hell?